if those answers lead to war with Asgard?
Maybe that's what Mother wanted.
We do not know what Mother wanted.
Hey everyone, I'm back with another episode of Let's Play, where I discuss another up and coming game heading to the PS5. It's Love Gaming Retro here, and today we are talking about one of the most spoken about, anticipated games coming out. Having completed the last two God of War games, although being extremely different, both help me set the scene and build up an expectation for when God of War Ragnarok comes out. Although the God of War 3 is a completely different game, it allowed me to get a deeper understanding of the complete storyline of Kratos. I'm going in with the full expectation of this game being a huge contender for Game of the Year 2022, with more brilliant dialogue between the characters.
Well, I recognise that dour expression anywhere.
A stronger bond between Kratos and Atreus.
Maybe that's what Mother wanted.
We do not know what Mother wanted.
And a deeper and darker storyline to glue us to the game.
Tyr!
Are you coming with us?
With Ragnarok being the second entry in this particular saga, let's find out what more this saga will bring at the end of the video. Let's run through what we can expect from God of War Ragnarok.
Come in. What in all yarn speed that happened to him?
We're trying to stop Ragnarok, to help people. And what if the only way to do that is war?
War is not the only way.
God of War Ragnarok follows on from the previous God of War, I'll call that God of War 2018, which ended with Fimbulwinter coming earlier than expected, which is one of the marks of Ragnarok brought upon the 9 realms with the death of Baldur. In regards to the timeline, Ragnarok will approximately be set 3 years after the previous game ended. Kratos and Atreus take on a new journey to all 9 realms searching for answers, while the Asgardian forces prepare for the fulfillment of prophecy of the battle that will end the world. Throughout the game, both father and son will explore remarkable mythical landscapes, whilst coming toe to toe with Norse gods and monstrous creatures. With Ragnarok on its way, Kratos and Atreus have to decide whether their own safety is more important than the safety of the 9 realms. From previous trailers that have been released, it's not unusual for us to think that during the story, Kratos will have to go up against the Asgardian forces and see them as enemies in his way, especially as the trailer already shows Thor standing in Kratos' way being very annoyed.
Are you a calm and reasonable person?
It's going to be really hard to see the Asgardian forces as enemies. As a Marvel fan, I absolutely love the Norse gods and the Norse god characters.
I am the God of Thunder!
But this time we all have to be Team Kratos. One thing I don't get is why they've made Thor a fat guy. Kinda ruins the look of him being almighty Thor, but that's just my opinion. Just like its predecessor, this will not be a standard open world game. However, don't let that disappoint you, as Ragnarok will take on a semi-open world concept with the opportunity of visiting all 9 realms, which is 3 more than the previous game. So much more exploring to do and landscapes to see. And the standard 6 realms will now have new areas, so the expectation is that the area in this game is going to be much bigger this time around. Although we are all used to the boat that Kratos rows in the majority of God of War 2018, Kratos will also be using a new wolf-drawn sled to get around in the snow-capped lands. I have to say, I'm really looking forward to this new wolf-drawn sled. It looks really cool. With a bigger game means bigger and better weapons and abilities needed to survive. This game will bring new attack abilities, a new runic summon for Atreus, and more shields will be given to Kratos, which provide different defensive options and abilities. You have the Dauntless shield, which focuses more on fast parries and movement, and another shield called the Stone Wall shield, which focuses much more on a slower paced defensive combat. Although I am looking forward to trying out all the new weapons, the Dauntless Shield sounds like my type of weapon. Fast parrying to help with destroying these monsters is definitely right up my street. The combat system for God of War is extremely physical and hard hitting, which more of that will come in this sequel, with much more collaborative battles with Atreus by your side more than before. We are getting more combat options with the extra weapons being available with the use of the triangle button, rather than it just being used to bring back the amazing Leviathan axe. Each weapon will have what's called a weapon signature move, which lets Kratos fuse them with either ice or fire. The famous Leviathan axe's signature move will be called Frost Awaken, and Whiplash is the Blades of Chaos's signature move. Sometimes games can get extremely confusing with the amount of abilities and weapons available, but I feel this has been done in the right way, easy to understand and definitely not overwhelming. It gives me satisfaction knowing this is going to give me a much better gaming experience and a more enjoyable journey with Kratos. As this is the first time a God of War game is being developed for the power of the PS5, and based on the gameplay and cinematic trailers already, we can surely say Santa Monica has done a great job with how impressive these graphics will be. This game will set the scene with new gen being at the forefront, from outstanding visuals to the depth of combat, and with the all new DualSense controller with haptic feedback, I am sure there will be much to look forward to with how we connect with Kratos. There is one thing I would have loved for them to put in this game, and that is the ability to change the dialogue language to the original language spoken in Norse mythology, which is, if you didn't know, called Old Norse, with English subtitles of course. I always find I prefer to watch movies or play games in the original language as it gives a more original feeling. I felt the same way in both Assassin's Creed Odyssey and also when I played Sifu.
Malaka. Malaka.
Malaka.
Malakis.
他们封锁了仓库的入口，要找到另一条路进去。
快看，这里没有你要的东西。
As much as I don't like the fact that this is being developed for the PS4 as well, I don't blame Santa Monica for doing this. Being a massive PlayStation exclusive, it wouldn't make sense if they didn't bring this to the PS4, especially as so many still can't get hold of a PS5, but that doesn't mean I have to like it. The more games that still focus on being developed for the PS4 sometimes means it doesn't put 100% attention in taking advantage of the power of the PS5. Going back to Ragnarok being the second entry of this saga, theory has it that this may be the second and last entry to this saga of God of War. This could mean two things. We will either get another saga of Kratos in a different world, or this will be the end of Kratos' journey. Either way, this makes me feel that buying Ragnarok is a must for release date, and also to complete my collection, which will look much nicer getting the case. This game is already available for pre-order and is coming out on the 9th of November on both PS5 and PS4. The price will be $69.99 for the PS5 and $59.99 for the PS4. For the PS5 version of the game, there is also the opportunity to get either the Collector's Edition or the Jotner Edition, which provides you with some extremely cool physical and digital items, including Thor's hammer. I can't lie, this would be amazing to get, but not sure if I can justify the hefty price when the game alone will cost £70. Are you as much of a Kratos fan like I am? Have you pre-ordered the game already? Or will you wait instead of rushing to go get it? Let me know in the comments section below. Well, that's all from me. Subscribe and stay tuned as I will be discussing another game next week. Stay with Love Gaming Retro for much more reviews and news, all for you.